Hey, welcome to the show. Another episode of This Week with Drew. On this week, we got some new Patreons. The Street Demons holding it down with the $5 holla ball of fucking hey. And, I didn't even turn on my fucking speaker. So let's start the show. Big Week with Drew. Coming at you. I got no rap, no class, and no gat. All right. Hey, welcome to the show. This is another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, June 20th, 2019. He's fucking going down to the Drake. Welcome to the show. Right off the top, I want to shout out my Patreons. Bing, 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 bing. Wee, 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 wee. Fucking new Patreon alert. Welcome to the club, bro. Marnus, Brees, Bubba Tunde. I've been shouting y'all Street Demons out from the beginning. You guys have been holding it down, and they have now joined the very exclusive Patreon club. So now we got 8. Buddy, I got to count the Patreons on 8 fucking hands. We started with 4. And we now have 8, man. So if this continues... If this continues, bro, we're on the fucking path to success, man. This is great, man. We monetize the podcast. You guys are now paying for the bandwidth. And what I'm doing is I'm not spending that fucking money. I'm putting it in a little fucking Patreon account. And once that dough stacks, bro, I'm going to buy a fucking second camera, a Shure SM7B, which is a real nice broadcast microphone. And then we're going to have fucking... double fucking angles, bro, on the nice camera. I'll be like, hey, what the fuck? And then, angle 2, like fucking Ashton Kutcher and Punked, bro. Maybe we'll get one of the other cameras to be black and white. I'll wear a fucking trucker hat like I do anyways. So welcome to the team, fucking Bubba, Brees, Marnus. Thank you for joining. And as always, I want to shout out my 118 brothers, Grim, Calm, and PG, and their homeboy Lance and motherfucking Sean Casey too. Thank you for messaging me, Sean Casey. So shout out to you, motherfucking 118 in the house. Calm holding it down. Sick fucking music video or commercial for Isoflex last week. Thank you fucking very much. All right, let's start the show. With a bit of, where's my fucking thing? How was my week? Buddy, the fucking Raptors, man, have just exploded this city. Last Thursday, the Raptors won the NBA championship, and I fucking went out into that madness, bro, into Yonge and Dundas Square. Buddy, I was all week, I was like, if the Raptors win, I'm going to light a fucking cop car on fire. Because this is pretty much the only opportunity, like sports riots and like power going out riots are really the only 2 opportunities that you have to just like, like warriors, like just go fucking totally buck and like do shit like fucking throwing trash cans through windows and lighting cop cars on fire and putting on a fucking bandana and just running around with the black backpack, you know, just fucking just going and just being a fucking getting a little spray paint going. But so I went out, me and Courtney went out into the fucking riot, into the mess, and it wasn't even a riot, bro. It was sick. It was just people just fucking banging drums. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Raptors. And that's all it was. And I was like, fuck, man. I thought we would be more like destructive. Like I was looking for, like I was trying to make eye contact with somebody to be like, fucking, hey, like let's go do some fucked up shit, bro. You want to go to Foot Locker? Like, or something like that. I don't know. But fucking, did I record this? Oh, yeah, okay. And then I don't know. I was like, I want to light a cop car on fire. And then Courtney's like, well, don't do anything fucking stupid because no one else is. And like, you're going to be singled out. I was like, oh, fine. I want to light a cop car on fire. But then I saw a bunch of people climbing. They had a bus park to like fucking block off the traffic. I was like, well, and they're all climbing the bus. I was like, well, yo, can I at least climb the bus? And Court's like, ugh, like, fine. Like, you can go climb the bus. And I was like, yay, like a little boy. Like, ooh, my turn. So then I fucking went and climbed the bus. I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram, but Court got a video of it. And yeah, man, it was super friendly. Somebody helped me up because you're climbing a bus. So you're going to need a fucking hand. Like, I'm not Spider-Man. Like, but that's the thing is that you get one Spider-Man fucking guy up there, like one skinny, like a $120 fucking tree climbing dude. And then he pulls up a slightly heavier guy. And then you just fucking keep going until you got a 300 P up there and you got a couple another fucking a couple big boys lifting him up, and then we got the fucking bus, and I was on top of the bus, and I never been on a bus before, and they were like, hey, like I felt like I was in fucking India or some shit, like riding the fucking train, you know, it's all packed and shit. And then I just fucking jumped off, and it was sick because I landed in between the windshield wiper and the window. So the windshield wiper on a fucking bus is actually thick, bro. Like it's got some fucking girth to it, eh? And it like kind of caught me. Like I was like wedged in between the fucking window and the wiper blade. Like here's old Drew just fucking wedged in between. And then some guy just kind of like big motherfucker just like gripped me and like put me down. And it was so sick, bro. The fucking Raptors winning. I've never experienced that before. Like the Oilers in my lifetime have never won a championship. We made it to Game 7 in 2006. And that's like, and like whatever, fuck the Grey Cup, buddy. Like the fucking Eskimos winning the Grey Cup. Like who gives a fuck about the Grey Cup? Like the Grey Cup might as well just be like, all right, who hasn't had this in a while? Saskatchewan, is it your turn? There's fucking 8 teams and 2 of them got the same goddamn name. Like fuck the CFL. So I'd never been ecstatic like that before. Part of like a winning, like a team, like a franchise fucking winning the whole thing. And it was so fun. So, yeah, but then there was a big parade on Monday, which I don't normally like the fucking big crowds of people like that. Like, I fucking hate that shit. Like, I don't like going to, like, you know, places where there's lots of people, like fucking K-Days or the fucking exhibition or going to fucking, you know, like, that's why I fucking hate all-inclusive vacations and, like, fucking amusement parks and all that shit. There's just too many fucking people. I like the shit that you do there, but it's just all the fucking people that suck. So, why was I talking about this? Raptors and all the people. Oh, yeah, there was a big parade on Monday, and I didn't want to go down to that shit. So I didn't, and sure enough, there's a shooting, and they were all, like, they were like 4 hours late, because apparently, like, 2 million people. But I was talking to my Uber driver, who is from fucking Pakistan, and he's like, bro, no way, that is 2 million people. I have seen 2 million people. You're telling me all of the people of Toronto coming down to this, and they're just gone in 1 hour? What is this? What? I don't come. I'm not picking anybody up. Where are they going? Like, I have seen 2 million people. It took us 2 days to march. And he's like going into his whole fucking reason why his 2 million people got together, which was for some kind of fucking political action, social reform. And we're just getting together like, hey, Kawhi Leonard. You know, like, and he's like, buddy, that not. And he was like totally like not convinced that it was fucking 2 million people. Because those are the eyes of a man who have seen 2 million people gather for a real good reason, not just fucking just sports. Could you imagine if 2 million people got together to like fucking make, like, the CRA just released a report that said the top companies in Canada failed to pay between $9 and $11 billion in taxes over the past decade? Could you imagine if we rallied in the streets to say, hey, you owe us fucking $11 billion? Like, man, my CRA came back and I owe like $800. I run a fucking small business, like a small stand-up comedy, like that's my business, and apparently I owe $800. But fucking Future Shop. Why did I pick Future Shop? Of all the fucking corporations that I could have picked, I picked a fucking one that isn't even real anymore. But whatever the fuck, corporations aren't paying their taxes, man. I studied econ, and I've been out of the game for fucking too long to really remember this shit. But man, fuck that shit. The fucking Raptors are going on. And fuck Toronto, bro. I'm getting evicted from my house. My fucking owners, speaking of money, the owners of my house, this is where I live. I rent a house with my girlfriend. And the owners decided to sell it because the real estate, it's a seller's market here in Toronto. And they fucking sold their house. The asking price was $899,000. And it sold for 1.25 or some shit, like 1.75. So it sold for $275,000 over the asking price. $275,000 over, buddy. You could buy a whole fucking other house. My buddy Belford moved to a fucking suburb of Halifax, and they bought a fucking bungalow for $120. You could buy 2 bungalows in a fucking South Halifax for what they overpaid for this house. And my house doesn't even have a fucking dishwasher, buddy. We don't even have a fucking dishwasher. Like, I'm so sick of this city. I've been fantasizing about coming back to fucking Alberta, boys. I've been fucking dreaming about it, but Court Scott University here, U of T, for another 2 fucking years. But then who knows? Oh yeah, I shaved my mustache too. Hey, fucking hey. This week, how was my week is taking up a long fucking time of the podcast. But I haven't seen my chin since I was in grade 12, buddy. I shaved fucking clean for my grade 12 grad photos, and then I grew a little whack ass chin beard, and then and then that kind of fucking spread into a full beard. You know, that I've just been rocking since '07. And then I was going to shave, and then we were talking, me and Corey were talking about it. I was like, yeah, fuck, man, I kind of want a stash. And she was like, not opposed to it. I was like, well, fuck, you have to look at me. So fuck, like, whatever. So then I shaved the stash, and buddy, I've been getting mad compliments, bro. No one thinks I'm creepy. It really suits my face. It goes in with my creases here from my smile creases, which is nice. And yeah, I'm gonna fucking keep it, bro. Beards are out, stashes are in. Beards were in for a long time, and I think stashes are in now. And if not, I'm gonna fucking make it happen. It gives me a very unique look. And I got a joke now too. These aren't even two eyebrows. They're just two mustaches I keep on top of my face in case this one gets dirty. Boom! Thank you. Thanks for coming out, folks. Have a fucking good night. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure you fucking check us out online on our website. Fucking hey. All right, that was how's my week. Let's go with the fucking new another segment here. Fucking hot bachelor takes for the week. That's not fucking good. Bachelorette calm, thank you for texting me. Luke P had to use 4% of his brain. That is such a Sean Aldis motherfucker. If you went to East Glen, you know this guy Sean Aldis. He was just so cool. I started in high school, I started calling him Sean Aldis Coolness because you couldn't handle all this coolness. He's one of those guys with a fucking like Guido fucking haircut and like thick eyebrows that are just like waxed, and his parents like gave him money for a car when he was in high school, and he always wore like name brand shirts and fucking jeans and shit like that. And like, that's what Luke P is, man. He's just a fucking Sean, all this coolness. And it's like so funny to see him. And that's the thing, the jawline, bro, saves him again for another week. But I have a theory, like, honestly, it's a TV show first, and they could give a fuck about Hannah. But I didn't like that the last half of the episode was just a fucking interview. I kind of turned it off. I was like, well, if it's just going to be this fucking interview, like almost like a clips, they're just trying to fill it's just filler, man. That's how little drama there is with the guys, is that they have to go back and like talk about the old drama, because there's no fucking, other than like Luke P, after they get rid of Luke P, all the other guys are gonna be like, well, may the best man win. Hey, and I've got your number and I'll be in touch with you after the show. Like, there's no fucking drama, right? Because dudes are fucking chills. Like, for the most part, a dude can take a L pretty fucking hard. So Luke P screaming from the top of his lungs that he wants to move mountains for Hannah was the fucking funniest thing, because I could tell that they made him do a couple takes, because when I was auditioning for MasterChef, they make you do more takes. They're like, that was great. What you said about your dad, can you say that again, but just slow down a little bit? And you're like, well, that was like an authentic thing that I had said. I don't really know like if I can repeat that exactly. It's not like I'm reading lines. So I would wonder how many takes they made Luke P do of his, can I stand back? Because I want to scream. I would move mountains for you. And he just kept saying, I'm sorry, and I want it to be clear. And fuck your jawline anyways. But honestly, keep him around, because once they ditch him off the show, then I'm not going to want to watch anymore. Unless Michael has some fucking beef with some other guys, man. I could see him stirring up a little bit of fucking beef. Okay, time for, you guys hear that? Time for big news with Drew. This is a very funny story. This is some low-hanging fruit, but here's our big news story of the week. Wisconsin woman named Marijuana Pepsi becomes doctor, and she wrote her dissertation in black names. Isn't that fucking awesome? She's a black woman named Marijuana Pepsi, who, she received her PhD in higher education from Cardinal Stritch University in Milwaukee after handing in her final dissertation, Black Names in White Classrooms, Teacher Behaviors, and Student Perceptions. Well, as a woman named Marijuana fucking Pepsi, I can guarantee you're going to want to read that, and she's got something smart to say. But I love, like, there's so much stuff going on with this story because, like, number one, her name's Marijuana Pepsi and she's a doctor, but her name is Marijuana Pepsi, so clearly she pulled herself up from whatever fucking place where she was coming from where Marijuana Pepsi was an appropriate name. And, like, to name your baby Marijuana first name, like, I can understand Pepsi in terms of, like, you know, corporate, whatever, capitalism, branding, but just to name you like marijuana, like that's so funny. Marijuana Pepsi. And apparently she works at a fucking at a university too. She never wanted to fucking change her name. And her mom, look at her mom though. Her mom looks like a fucking OG. I just saw her mom on Twitter here. She worked in real estate, and she never changed her name because she was proud of her name, and she worked in real estate, and when she did, she went by the initials MP, only not because she was ashamed, but because she didn't want people stealing her signs. Like, I would have stolen a fucking Marijuana Pepsi. Like, if there was a fucking city, like a road in Edmonton called, like, Dope 42069, like, you're going to. Marijuana Pepsi. But you know what? That is a mixture of two good things. I want Pepsi to make fucking Marijuana Pepsi. What else did I have to say about this? Nothing funny. Okay, that was big news. Thanks a lot for watching the show or tuning in. I'm actually recording this on Thursday, so I literally got to fucking upload this cocksucker right now. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you to our new Patreons, fucking Baba Marnis and Brees, bro. I love you guys. Thank you to Calm for doing the visuals every week, man. You're fucking killing it. I love you, bro. Sirius XM Top Comic is coming up. You guys already slid in my DMs. Thank you so much, Marnis and PG, for that. And yeah, bro, let's just fucking keep doing this, man. We're doing this together week by week, bro. We're not going to be famous, but we are going to be successful. Thanks a lot. Have a good fucking...